The second big step to creating jobs is we have to have an American energy policy to keep $400 or $500 billion at home that is currently going overseas. I believe that ethanol is a part of that. I believe that wind is a part of that. But I also believe that drilling offshore for oil and gas, using clean coal, finding all the different methods we have to maximizing American energy production. We probably have more total energy than any other country in the world. But we have a government which is anti-American energy. So the president goes to Brazil, and he says to the Brazilians, I'm really proud that you're drilling offshore. And I'd like America to be your best customer. And I thought he had it exactly backwards. You can't have an economy that borrows from the Chinese to pay the Brazilians. What you want to have is an American president who says, we're going to be the best energy producer in the world. Remember, even with the government against the industry, we're the #3 oil producer in the world. Imagine what we'd be doing. Only Russia and Saudi Arabia are bigger. Imagine what it would be like if you had a government that actually favored American energy. Finally, we have to deregulate. I'll give you just 3 quick examples. We should repeal Sarbanes-Oxley, which is a totally destructive regulatory bill which cripples small businesses, stops them from being able to go public, weakens the ability to attract people to corporate boards, and produced 0 useful information in 2008. So we have all this burden of regulation crippling our new companies, and we're not getting anything for it. We ought to admit it was a mistake. 2, we should replace the Environmental Protection Agency with a brand new Environmental Solutions Agency based on science, technology, innovation, entrepreneurs, with a commitment to work with local communities, not dictate to them. Yes. Finally, in order to save lives, help people live longer and more independently, lower the cost of health care, and create American jobs, we need a 21st century Food and Drug Administration fundamentally redesigned so that it starts in the laboratory understanding what's going on and accelerates, not retards, getting new knowledge from the laboratory to the patient to maximize the rate at which Americans can develop new and better approaches to health, which will create jobs here, improve our health outcomes, and ultimately lower the cost of health care by bringing new and better systems. That's a sweeping overview, but it gives you a flavor of what this campaign is going to be like. I want to be very idea-oriented. I want to be very positive. In just a minute, after I take a few questions, I'm going to sign. I'll be the first presidential candidate. I was told I'll be the first presidential candidate to sign a pledge to repeal Obamacare.
Hear, hear.
So those of you who want, and by the way, I am for total repeal. I think any effort to keep I frankly don't want the Washington staffs at 3 o'clock in the morning deciding which parts to keep and which parts to get rid of. So I am for total repeal and then rebuild the health system from a new way of thinking about it, not try to keep the current system. But finally, we have a project we'll launch in 2 or 3 weeks called On the First Day. And on the first day, the president has the power of executive orders. Imagine that after the inaugural address, there was a 1-hour break before the legislative lunch. And the president went in and signed somewhere between 50 and 200 executive orders, which had already been posted by October 1st on the internet, so every American knew what they were. They were part of the campaign, and people said, yes, I'd like that done. I'll just give you one example. If I am president, the first executive order that day will eliminate all of the White House czars, so by 3:30 they're gone.